So I thought I'd explain what my new EP cover was all about. Like, what's that photo from? I always find it interesting if there's a random photo by one of my favorite artists and they're all like, oh, this was from that. And, anyways, I almost got on a TV show. So that was in LA in a hotel room of the show that I got flown to um, do an executive producers round for. But anyways, I had a friend who saw me at a gig, and he was like, "Hey man, you got to submit for this thing." So I did, and I didn't expect anything out of it, and it had to do a little bit with relationships, and it had to do with music too. So I wasn't sure if it was like a contest or whatever. They weren't really sure what it was going to be about yet, but it was by a major TV studio, so it was reputable. I trusted it. It was all legit. But that was a concern. I was like, well, I don't want to like go to LA if I don't know who this is. But anyway, so I get a call back, and they could see me on Monday from when I applied over the weekend. And so I'm in Chicago in a hotel room. And right as I was about to leave, I didn't think I even got the first audition. And they were like, hey, wait, we want you to go. And I was like, oh shoot. I was like, man, I've tried out for shows before. I tried out for The Voice and American Idol and America's Got Talent, all those things, and I've not even gotten any further on the rounds before. And it's been a long time. Who knows? Maybe I'd get it if I tried again. But at the same time, I kind of love releasing music, writing originals, doing this YouTube thing. Again, is very exciting for me. So I feel like I don't need some show to get me on my way because I would like people to follow my journey as this goes. If a show works out in the future, that would be really cool. But I'm not I'm not like banking on that being the thing that's gonna break me. So, anyways, so I get uh, this call back to go to LA, and so I fly out there. It's two stops, and I wanted to bring my nice guitar with me. So it was like the challenge of, well, it's like more than $3,000 for the guitar that I'm bringing. I'm not gonna leave this thing under the plane. So it was. I looked online, and it seemed like it was gonna be easy to like talk the flight attendants into it and stuff, and it really was. Like I had to sell it every time. I'm going plane to plane on the way there and back, and I really did have to be like, hey, oh, this is really, for my show that I'm trying to make it on, and it would mean a lot, and it was like almost didn't get my guitar in the cabin every time, but I somehow did. 4 for 4 flights, I talked him into it. I had to really be. Anywho, outside, so I get there, and I wasn't allowed to see anybody else who would be on the show. So it was kind of awesome. If you've seen the Hunger Games, like Effie, how she kind of like walks the contestants around or whatever. It kind of felt like that with the two that were kind of watching over me for the period, and they brought me to my room. Oh, filled me up with a bunch of snacks and stuff first, and then I get up to the room, and it was literally 4 hours of paperwork the first day. I was like, holy crap, dude. Like I thought I finished it, and they're like, no, you have to do all this too, and I'm like, what? So the first day was literally all that. I couldn't even leave the room, but they would bring me like Starbucks or whatever. I could order food to the room. And anyways, the next day they helped me pick out the outfit that I should wear for the producers audition, and that was really exciting. They're like, no, I like this with that. I'm like, okay. And if you remember back in like middle school field day, it was kind of like that, going around all these rooms. It was like, oh, now you're going to this room to make sure you're not a crazy person, or that you don't have a criminal record, and that you're healthy. And there's the doctor room, the psychologist room, and it was it was really something. There was one part where I was in front of a massive camera, like in my face, and they're like asking me questions, and then like I'm not really sure how this is gonna go. So I just got a massive camera in my face, and I'm supposed to just like act natural. It's like right here, huge. I'm like, I was a little nervous, guys. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like I did pretty good with it. There was a photo shoot. I'm pretty good at that. I mean, Blue Steel. I don't know. How about that? Okay, no. So then I go into the next room, and there was a big old panoramic view, bunch of drink options and stuff. They probably want to find out if you're an alcoholic or something at that point. No, I'm kidding. And then I could see the fires actually, the smoke from the fires on the horizon while I was in LA at the time. And that was pretty trippy. It was pretty apocalyptic. And then I went into the next room, and there were like probably 30 people that were all part of the team for this, all pretty much interviewing me, asking questions. I performed a song. I chose to do Wagon Wheel just because they wanted to just get something that showed off kind of all my skills that I could. So I played harmonica, acoustic guitar, sang, and I felt like I did a really good job with that. One of the questions that I thought was hilarious, though, they're like, so your album, Dreams and Drugs, and they're like, and I was like, yeah. And then I talked about like my lucid dreaming and stuff. And then they're like, well, what about the drugs? I was like, well, not every drug is like gotta be hardcore. I don't remember what I said. Probably didn't sell it though. But I have a whole dissertation on that, by the way. Maybe I'll read it for you sometime. But on my actual vinyl, there is a whole write-up on why I called it that. So yeah, I should read that. I shall. New video. Anyways, maybe getting to the whole title of the video, or not title, but reason I made this was to tell you why I used that photo for this EP, Every Song is a Love Song. And so Every Song is a Love Song is kind of about just dreams and reaching for your goals or whatever that is. And it encompassed love, it encompassed striving, and that's really what this trip was about, both of those things. And I was sitting in my hotel room for like a long time, and I just snapped that photo. I also visited a Grammy-winning producer while I was out there, and that was by total happenstance. My producer buddy, recording engineer Joe DeLillo, brought his friend out, Ryan Freeland, who won the Grammys. One of them was for Ray LaMontagne, and I love that guy, so I found that really cool. But he came out to a show, and he loved the performance, so I was like, well, hey, I was planning on visiting LA anyways before when I met him. And so it was just random that this show ended up flying me out there anyways. So I called him up. I was like, hey, could I visit your studio while I'm there? And so it was really cool. So yeah, Every Song is a Love Song. It encompassed love and the just striving for dreams, reaching for higher. I got to meet somebody who actually got to that level of pinnacle. So that was very cool. And then about being in love, obviously, that song is really just going into, learning from past love and reaching forward into, what did you really learn? Who can you really be this next time around for another person to truly get the fullest out of a relationship, and then make the most of me. That's kind of like looking back at maybe any of the flimsy wasn't going to work out sort of things, but it was awesome while it lasted. And plenty of drink innuendos in that. And then Rhombus, that song, probably something to do with the apocalyptic fires going off in the distance. No, I didn't even write that song while I was out there. But there's some references to the stock market. Started getting into stocks and like researching that. I'm not too heavy into it, but I wanted to know something because the economy is really in such a weird spot right now, guys. So, yeah, I referenced the bulls and bears and the cool cats. The cool cats aren't a real thing, but bulls and bear markets are stock references, if you didn't know. And, yeah, anyways, I picked that cover just because all the songs on it pretty much had to do with what I was feeling when I was out there, and I wanted to tell you guys about that experience. If you have any more questions about it, let me know. I can't tell you what show that it was because, well, I signed a non-disclosure, and I really just don't feel like reading the dang thing. So I figured, well, rather be safe than sorry, or waste a bunch of time reading. Ugh, legal stuff. Okay, y'all. Thanks for watching my video. I will see you around soon. And check out the new EP if you have not already. Peace.